Hello guys, welcome to the channel Divine Truth Tarot. I am going to be doing a very quick reading for you today, as I've got personal readings to finish up for November, but I did want to hop on and deliver a reading. So we have a lot of decks here. We're definitely not going to use them all. I'm going to start with the Elemental Oracle, and I am going to use the Sacred Rebels deck as well. Okay, so you've got these two decks. Let's start with the Elemental Oracle. Okay, so if you guys are waiting on a November reading, I will have it to you today. Otherwise, I'm booked up through the first week of December, and I'm starting to book through the second week of December. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing readings through the entire month of December because I do want to focus on collective readings. I think that's very important at this time. So it may be that I book up through the second week of December and I take a pause until January on personal readings. So just wanted to let you guys know if you're interested. Okay, a lot of you have reached out via email, so go ahead and book if you're definitely interested. And once I fill up for the second week of December, I'm going to just sort of go from there and I'll see what I think is best, okay, for the channel. Okay, that's a lot of energy, Spirit, a lot of energy. I need you to settle down. I need you to get your shit together. Not you, Spirit. Okay, these are the energies currently coming through for the collective. Oh, we have a new one. Okay, so we have, let's start with the new one, Building Atoms. Beautiful. So this is a new card. We've had it maybe once or so in the past few weeks. We've definitely had this one coming up. This one comes up pretty much in all my personal readings right now. It's also coming up, the solitary card, in the collective readings. So what I want to say to you guys about this is we're building individually right now, okay? By the way, happy full moon, partial lunar eclipse in Gemini. Guys, we're clearing out, I post on the community tab on the channel, so make sure you check that out. We're clearing out literally 2 decades worth of gunk with this series of eclipses. Okay, the last 2 eclipses of 2020, the eclipse we have today in Gemini, and then the solar new moon eclipse in Sagittarius, which will finish out the year on December 14th. We are literally clearing out 2 decades worth of karma. So, because there's an alignment with these eclipses, they're lining up with the north node of the moon. Okay, very interesting. The north node of the moon is currently in Gemini. South node of the moon is currently in Sagittarius. So as these eclipses line up with the nodes of the moon, they're extra potent in terms of our destined path, in terms of bringing unions together. That's why so much union energy has been coming up in the collective. And they're potent in terms of our individual alignment, our individual power, and our individual paths. Okay, the destined path that we are on in this lifetime, the choices that we've made, the karma that we've accumulated, and how we clear that out. This is why many of us have been feeling so heavy, okay? It's because of this energy. It's because the energy of these eclipses is lining up and is aligned to the north and south node of the moon. Okay, it's very, very potent. And it's going to pave way for a lot of fresh starts and new beginnings. And I want to first and foremost say that this is in regards to your life. This is building your life. I'm really starting to come to a new segment of my journey where I'm realizing, as I've cleared out a lot of gunk, a lot of codependency, and a lot of karma from karmic relationships. That's why a lot of past relationship stuff was coming up to be cleared, guys, over this past month. That's why November felt so heavy, is because we were gearing up to clear out the gunk. And so we're clearing out those timelines of cheating, of being, feeling lonely, of being in separation, of feeling abandoned, rejected, not enough. We were clearing out all of those timelines. And so it's almost like we felt like we were reliving some of that depression, that trauma, that anxiety, which made us feel very, very uncomfortable, bringing up a ton of physical sensation and symptoms. If you guys had an underlying health issue, even something as benign like eczema, which unfortunately I've suffered from for about 5 to 6 years as I really started to wake up on my journey, praying that it will heal. I feel like it's going to be a spontaneous healing for a lot of these issues that we have. But for some of you, it could have been a dormant issue that's now sort of like I don't know, anemia, I'm hearing, insomnia, that is reared its head during this eclipse season. There's a reason for that, because we are healing these timelines once and for all. We're healing the timelines where our power was taken away from us. Okay, we're building, guys. We are. This is the building blocks of the future. This is the destined path. And I'm getting chills as I say this, because these are the lanterns literally lighting up the night sky. We're lighting up the darkness. We are lighting up the darkness. Don't laugh at me. I got to write that down, because I think that's such a beautiful title for the video. So we're lighting up the darkness, and as we do so, things are really, really coming to this beautiful head and this beautiful fruition of our desires. But we have to appreciate where we are, and this is why a lot of us are feeling like, okay, I'm taking this solitary turn. I'm learning patience. Okay, and I'm learning to be okay on my own, in my own skin. Really and truly being okay on your own, without that sort of longing or need or desire for anything or anyone to complete you. We also have wildness, electricity. There's a rewilding going on of humanity as we shift into higher states of consciousness, and as we have this Jupiter-Saturn alignment on December 21st in Aquarius, as we usher in the age of Aquarius and usher in this higher timeline. Okay, we are choosing this timeline with every thought we think, every step we take, okay, every physical action, every movement, every communication, every choice. All of these things are leading up to this higher timeline. And it's going to be an unleashing of the light. It's sort of the light chasers, the way showers, the star seeds, the twin flames, the light workers finally having their day in court. But it's not, well, it is court, it's dark versus light. Finally having their day, and finally being allowed to show up for who and what they are, and not being afraid of being seen for who and what you are. It's a really beautiful time to be a light worker and a way shower, because maybe for the first time we don't have to concern ourselves with what anyone else thinks, because there's so many of us like us out there now. We've found each other, we've accumulated friends. I don't want to say accumulated, that's the wrong word, but we've found each other online, most of us, and we've been able to really feel less alone. And that's really the true intent and purpose of my channel, as well as educating and guiding everyone, is to also let this be a place where you feel comfortable being yourself, and you know that you're accepted, and you can create friendships and bonds with people who are going through something similar, so that you feel less alone. Because growing up, I felt very alone. I felt very different. I felt like I needed to try to fit in. And when I did that, I really pushed my authenticity down. So I don't want anyone to ever feel like they have to do that on this channel. This is a place to really be seen. Releasing allegiances. Yes, this is that eclipse energy that we're dealing with today. So releasing the allegiances of the past, of karmic ties, karmic allegiances. Okay, what is it that has kept you stuck? What is it that has kept you feeling like you have to do what society tells you have to do? You have to, right? We're supposed to get married by the age of 27. We're supposed to have 2.5 kids. We're supposed to have a dog and a white picket fence. And that's the way it goes. And if you don't do those things, what's wrong with you? Well, the light workers say, what's wrong with you that you're following the crowd? Okay, what's wrong? Not even what's wrong with you, because we don't point fingers, but it's more of, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm choosing this timeline. I'm choosing this incarnation. I'm choosing to be sovereign, and I'm choosing my own way. But for many, many years, it wasn't okay to be this way. It's really not until 2020 where I think light workers really feel like we can light up the world, and we're really feeling like more and more of us are being brave and courageous and speaking up and showing up. More and more YouTube channels, right, are popping up, Instagram channels. There's Lori Lads and Phil Goods all over, and all of a sudden we don't feel like we need to hide. We don't feel like we're afraid of being seen, because we're in good company. We have others who are like us, who are lighting the way, who are supporting us. We're supporting each other. And this really is about what is already within you, so that we're learning to seek inside of us instead of seeking outside of us. So what are the talents, the gifts, the ideas, the inspiration, the love, the joy, the abundance that already exists within you? And you're seeking it inside of yourself, realizing that I don't have to fill my hands of something external. I can fill my cup, okay, with what already exists within me, that I am whole, I am full, and I am worthy on my own. I'm worthy on my own. And I'm worthy as I am without having to alter. You know, something that's coming to the light too is many light workers now many light worker women are in this energy of like we're just showing you who we are without makeup and showing these are my wrinkles, this is my cellulite. This has become a movement of real women, real bodies. It doesn't mean that being skinny and not having cellulite or wrinkles isn't real. That's real too for a certain age, and that's real too for a certain body size and shape and genetics. But for others, what's real is, yeah, I haven't had Botox. I do have cellulite. And we're showing these things to the world. And I know you guys are saying, wait a minute, you haven't shown your face in months. But I do have videos where I've shown my face. I have shared pictures with you guys. It's just that I haven't felt like I needed to be on camera. I felt like I need to really focus. Sometimes that can be distracting, especially when you're filming with a phone. So I wanted to be able to focus on the energies. And my guides just told me that, you know, maybe one day you will be back on camera. But for now, this is sort of the way that I really have gotten comfortable doing it. All right. Spirals of manifestation. Yeah, so spirals of manifestation. So there's definitely manifesting powers under this full moon. Think of full moon as releasing, the new moon as bringing in, ushering in. So the new moon on the 14th will be about creating something new. Okay, it's sort of paving the path. But right now we're clearing the slate with this full moon energy today on November 30th. And clearing the way for the change that needs to happen. The clearing out. It's really a massive excavation and clearing out, making way for higher timelines. So this is going to be a brief video, guys, but let me go ahead and just a couple more minutes here. I'm going to check in with the masculine's energy, check in with the feminine's energy. Let's check in with the feminine's energy. Masculine's energy, please. Animals, companionship. Feminines, it's interesting, animals and nature coming up as a theme over and over again. So if you have animals, if you can be around your friends' animals right now, or watch cute animal videos today, especially if you feel like you're just still in that really heavy, dense place that this eclipse energy is, again, taking us back to the past. Surround yourself with beauty. Surround yourself with funny animal videos. Surround yourself with your kitties and your puppies and your horses and your pigs and whatever it is that you have, your birds, your fish, and just allow yourself to enjoy and bask in their unconditional love for you and yours for them. You know, today is the 7-year anniversary of losing my beloved socks kitty, and it's a little easier this year, maybe for the first time in 7 years. But it still hurts, and I never forget, sort of etched in your memory, etched in your mind. He was a very special, very, very special soul, guided me through some really dark times, some abusive relationships, and some really just challenging times for my personal growth and identity of who I was and what I was here to do. Was really confused at that time. So I got him in college. I got him in college my junior year in 1999, and I had him until 2013. So he was only 14. I always felt I got gypped because I wanted him for 25, 30 years, and I got 14. And I know how special that bond is and was, and he's always with me. So this is just a beautiful energy to come up for, you know, this could be in remembrance of, you know, your loved furry friends who have passed, or the ones who are still with you. Make sure to give them a big hug today, feminines. It's going to really give you a lot of nurturing energy that you may not feel like you're getting from this physical connection, okay? Movement speed. For the masculines, interesting, very different energies. So the masculine side of us is wanting action. I feel like this eclipse energy for the masculines is going to sort of spur them into action, spur them into making decisions, spur them into finally really, it's like springboarding off of whatever it was that they were stuck in, and just like boom, and this newfound energy of I'm going to just really run towards, sprint towards my future, really removing themselves from situations which didn't serve them. And then the feminines in this really soft, gentle energy, the masculines in the masculine energy, the feminines are back in the feminine energy. Spirit, anything else, please? Union energy. Oh, that card flipped out really fast. Union energy. This card keeps on coming up over. And I mean, there's so many cards in the deck that I tend to never pull out. It's so weird. But here we go with creation water. Okay. So, and then on the bottom of the deck, beginnings east. Okay. So this idea of surrender, this idea of softness, this idea of just sort of trusting that these beginnings are going to come in. So this is union energy. This is your inner union. And then you could also call this in for your outer physical union energy. And it's the idea of creating beginnings, creation and beginnings. And what are we creating with our thoughts? What are we creating with our minds? What are we creating with our actions? What are we creating with our belief systems? And this is about, looking east and looking towards this new beginning. So taking action, taking motion towards the new beginnings in our lives. What is that new beginning for you? What does that look like, feminines or masculines watching? And then how are we going to create? Spirit, can you give me just an overarching energy for this eclipse? Overarching energy for the eclipse. Actually, you know what they want me to do? Okay, I'm actually going to... Creation. Well, we have two cards of creation, so we're going to leave it at that. So the overarching energy for this eclipse is one of creating, one of new beginnings, one of really, really digging deep inside of ourselves. Okay, what is it? What is my destiny? What is it that I came here to create? What is my legacy that I want to leave? Both twins. Okay, both light workers here thinking really long and hard about that. I'm sorry to cut this short. I know this isn't as in-depth as I usually do, but I do need to get going on those personal readings, guys. Sending you lots of love, and I'll try to come back for a reading tonight or tomorrow. Take great care.